Hello, everybody.
Hello.
And welcome back to Girltalk with me and Hannah.
Episode 17.
It is. And it is catfishing stories. So we've got all your catfishing stories.
So like Neve from Catfish right now.
Yeah.
Without the hairy chest.
Neve and Max. Hi. They look a bit different, but it's fine.
We do look a bit different.
Would you like to go first?
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. The amount of times I've turned up for a date expecting a 6-foot man. I, myself, a female, I'm 6 foot.
Oh,
so to be very disappointed as they wouldn't have been 6 foot in heels.
Yeah, that's what I'm finding. So
if you've been talking for like ages as well, and you're like excited.
Well, I've told you about Catfish Craig before, haven't I? So maybe I'll fill you in again. I'll remind you again at the end, maybe, we'll see. But yeah, the short king thing is just not.
But she's really, really tall.
I know. See, I'm not, but I feel really tall, and I feel like that's almost not as good as well. Do you know what I mean? Because you're just like, I just want to.
Yeah. I want to look up.
Yeah.
I don't want to look down.
No, it's just, it makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, and she's got a real thing with they have to be taller than me because I'm a giant.
Had what clearly was a fake account add me on Snapchat.
Okay.
It started asking to buy photos of my feet. I played along thinking it was a laugh, sent my PayPal and everything. Then he started to get weird. When I asked if I knew him, he said I didn't. I blocked him, but then I got £20 sent to my PayPal asking to unblock him. Long story short, turns out I went to school with him and he also had a crush on me during school.
How much money did she get in the end?
I think probably just the 20. Well,
just the 20 quid? Girl, you could have got way more. I'm just saying.
Could have got thousands.
Like 20 quid should just be unblocked.
I mean, that's a nice fee. If I start charging £20 for unblocking people, I'd be making quite a lot of money.
That would be a nice little,
little
jar,
little side hustle.
All my savings.
Maybe we should start doing start blocking people, and then when they beg, just be like,
£20.
Yeah, between 20 and 200.
Here's my PayPal. This one's pretty bad. I turned up to a coffee shop date expecting a pretty, average size 16 girl to be met with a beluga whale.
Oh no!
She spotted me before I could run. So being
polite,
I stayed for a coffee. She was embarrassing and very loud and was making fun of everyone in the cafe. I chugged my drink and made my excuses. I got to change. This is a.
Oh no!
I know. I'm on the next page. She then followed me to the car and tried to open the passenger side door. It was locked, luckily, so I sped off, blocked her, and prayed I'd never see her again.
Imagine if you did that around here, though, because you definitely would see them at some point, wouldn't you?
But the fact that he was just expecting like a normal average.
See, this is why you shouldn't catfish.
No, and the fact she was like super loud and embarrassing, making remarks about everybody in the coffee shop so that they could hear. And he was like, yeah, I was going to be polite and stay for a coffee. No, not now. Bye-bye.
See you later. So this is a younger person one again. So in school, like 14 years old, me and my friend made a fake account of some guy. Started messaging different boys in the year with it, being creepy because we knew things about them because we went to school with them. We thought it was hilarious, but one of the boys went to the head teacher about the account, resulting in a whole year assembly about how serious it is to make fake accounts, but they never knew it was us though.
That's so funny.
I think that's really funny. But imagine being sat in the assembly having to agree, like,
oh God, that's so bad.
Yeah, like it's terrible. Oh my God, that is terrible.
Like, no, don't catfish, guys. Don't do it.
Don't catfish, but that is funny.
It is funny.
And that's
for
children.
Teenagers, like children, but
that's children.
Don't do it. And don't do that.
That's
that was a little bit funny.
That is funny. I found that funny.
I received an SOS message from a friend out on a date, but only saw the text about an hour later.
Oh no.
She then comes bursting through the door, sweating and panting as she had run back to the flat from the date. She then explains that she'd only seen pictures of this guy with his mouth closed, and it turned out he had no teeth.
That's really funny.
No teeth, just like...
That's just gum.
Just gum. So I would have been crying. I think I would have wet my pants.
It's like, you know, when you don't see someone's teeth, though, as well, and they're just horrible teeth.
Mm.
They're not gone.
I don't know how I'd feel. Like, would you prefer no teeth or horrible teeth?
Well, no teeth, you could get fake ones put in.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas bad teeth, you've got to kiss that mouth and they're rotten. Like, imagine they've got, like, you know, like little black stubby bits with some missing.
Blech.
Yeah.
Crackhead mouth. Or, or crackhead mouth, or just no teeth.
Probably, yeah. I don't know.
Dentures.
No teeth can get fixed. You can take them to Turkey and they can get, like, little thingies put in.
Yeah. Implants. But yeah, that
get
would
a hair transplant while you're there. Most men are bald, aren't they? Let's face it.
That's all the lies.
Yeah. Every time you lie, you lose more hair.
Mm-hmm.
So
that would have been a shock, though, that you've gone to meet someone that you're chatting with, and then they're like, open their mouth, like,
yeah, like an old man, like a creepy, like 100-year-old man.
Especially if you've gone for dinner and they've got soup and they're just getting it everywhere.
Well, they can't eat. How do they eat with no teeth?
Take you for steak and they can't eat the steak.
How would they
Gum
live
it to death.
Yeah, like how are they living with no teeth? Like physically, how are they? Do you know what I mean? Because
blend it all and drink it. Mush it like a baby.
How could you go on a date with no teeth? Like, and how physically are you doing life without no teeth? Surely
babies do it.
Plated thingies. Yeah, but babies don't have to get a job and like talk to people.
No.
And eat and.
But babies do eat. They have mushy food, don't they? Just mushy food. Baby pouches. Can you imagine that whipping out in the middle of a date like a little pouch of puree? This is just my peas and carrots.
I just know. I think, yeah. Always check their teeth. Always check their hair and their height. I think teeth, hair, and height is a good way to go. That's for me anyway. A checklist. Teeth, hair, and height. Drives.
I don't care about the driving.
See, well, why? You haven't got a car.
Yeah, exactly. I can't be like, well, you need to drive, because I can't.
No, that's why you do, because then it makes sure that you can go to places.
Or just stay local, or get a taxi.
But stay local, no, because then you can't go to the zoo and stuff like that.
Right, but teenagers, what do? Get lifts on dates.
I know, but we don't.
I got a broomstick, I fly.
Yeah, exactly. We're witches, we just elevate. So, my friend catfishes so much with her pictures being edited. She went on a Tinder date and he said, quote, "Wow, your chin looks smaller in photos."
Oh!
It really makes you laugh, but also it's a little bit like karma, I guess.
It is. Don't edit your pictures like that. Like, dude.
No.
Don't change the shape of your face.
So everyone's not going to be very impressed with me because I have got dating thingies back because I got really bored. So I got Facebook dating back and then I got Tinder back. But the amount of men that edit their pictures, Jesus Christ.
Manscaped.
Well, no.
I had this conversation the other day.
Photoshopped.
Because my friend's getting married next week and her husband-to-be came round for an eyebrow wax. And I was manscaping him. And he was like, I thought manscaping was only your pubes. And I was like, no, I'm pretty sure it's everything. I ain't going near them.
Keep that away.
Yeah, no, that's not. No, thank you.
No, but yeah, what's with the editing, guys?
Well, I mean, if women can do it, why can't men?
Yeah, I know, but no one should be doing it. Do you know what I mean? To that point. Do you know what? Actually, I do have a weird catfishing story, kind of, because we were talking on, I think it was probably Tinder or something. This was a while ago. And he edited his pictures a lot, but obviously they didn't look edited when you just see those pictures. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we started speaking on WhatsApp, and then he sent me a real picture of himself, and he looked so different, and he looked a lot older as well. Because obviously he'd blurred it all out and made himself really tanned. So obviously I just thought, oh, he must be from somewhere else, somewhere exotic,
somewhere nice
and
warm.
actually no, he was just he's all
was
fake.
He actually like white
yeah, and old, like
white
older.
and
older. So he obviously hadn't looked after his skin. But it's like, don't edit, because that's so disappointing, whereas you could have just shown up as yourself and then there's no shock. factor because you just make yourself look worse. It
Mhm.
doesn't. It doesn't work.
It doesn't.
It doesn't work, especially for men. It's even worse, I think, because women, like, you kind of expect women to change their pictures a little bit, or we wear
because
makeup.
makeup, isn't it?
Yeah, we wear
makeup.
makeup, and like some days we have our hair nice, and some days we bother, and then some days we can't be bothered. Like
some days we just roll out of bed.
yeah, like today. Very tired, to be
Yeah.
honest with you guys. You know, you're lucky we're here.
Oh yeah, I love this one. I think it's really funny. My friend met a girl off Tinder at the beach for a date. I got a sneaky blurred picture during this date. In the picture, all you can see is the sand, a bit of blue sky, and a wooden peg leg.
Oh.
Safe to say, I called him with a fake emergency so he could escape. So she was a pirate. Didn't mention it beforehand that she had didn't have a leg. But it wasn't even a fake. It wasn't even a prosthetic. Like it was a wooden peg leg.
Imagine the shock as well. Like, so set the scene. Obviously, this would be really bad to run away from. Actually, no, that reminds me of Friends. You know, the woman with the fake leg and Joey threw it in the fire. It reminds me of that. But no, I was going to say, like, say you turned up for a date and the man's in a wheelchair or something. So surely that's something you should mention, just for like general, especially health and safety. Do you know what I mean?
In your Tinder bio, yours is like, I love to go for hikes, and then you meet this guy and
they can't walk.
He can't hike.
Can't even stand up. Yeah, that's like, that's.
I know you think you would have mentioned that beforehand,
but
not
then
on a
they
beach.
could turn it around on you and be like, "Oh, you're so mean, like you're so like whatever," and it's like, "Well, no, you're just a liar. Like whether you can walk or not, you're a liar."
Yeah, like, tell me about this leg. Can you imagine the shock of her getting undressed to get in the sea, to get like in a bikini, and then all of a sudden
get in the sea with it, would she? If it's wooden, because it would start rotting.
No, like you get outdoor wood stuff, don't you? Like it keeps it all like sealed from the weather. Surely she could.
Why just get a metal thing?
God knows, but it was a wooden peg leg.
A wooden one.
She's always wanted to be a pirate.
What if she gets like what's it called that houses get, the rot thing?
Wood rot. Her stump got wood rot.
She starts just like slowly getting like smaller on one side.
Like termites start eating away
at it. No. The only time I've ever been catfished was by my ex. We had a long distance relationship after she had moved away. We were over 1,000 miles apart most of the time. One day I get added by a girl I don't recognise. She's stunning. I knew it was probably a fake account, but I accepted anyway. Only after did I realise her name was my girlfriend's name backwards. She had tried to set me up with this fake account, so I messaged her directly and got the response, "How did you know?" Safe to say we broke up after that.
Wow.
Why would you do that?
I have no idea.
Your name backwards as well, that's weird. So she must have had a name that you could proper turn round, and it still be a name.
Yeah. How bizarre.
That is very bizarre. I mean, it's weird that you'd accept the other girl, I guess, but then men are just like that, aren't they? Just weird creatures. Like they've got a girlfriend and they'll just accept. Actually, I was talking to someone years and years ago on Tinder, and I always check people out. I do like full background check. Like one of my friends actually used to work in like a car thing where you can check number plates. She had like that thing, so you can see if they've ever been done for anything. So I used to do that as well. But literally, be safe. And basically, went through everything, found his Instagram, went on his tagged pictures, went through all the people, and then the girl has like been tagging him in like, "Oh, I can't wait to come back to you after uni," or "You come back after uni." I can't remember who was who. And like they'd been together for like years and years and years. And then I messaged him and I was like, "Oh, your girlfriend's really pretty." And he was like, "What?" I was like, "Your girlfriend's really pretty. Maybe you should appreciate her."
Oh,
I know. It's not catfishing, but just bad.
Just mending.
Bad behaviour.
Bad.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Don't do that. That's mean.
I know so many people that have done stuff like that though. It's horrible.
I met a guy for coffee at a very empty coffee shop. I'm stood ordering when a man walks in and is looking about. And this man looks nothing like the man I'm supposed to meet. So obviously things start clicking over. I bolt for the door and the guy starts calling my name and waving.
Oh no.
I absolutely ignored him, blanked him completely, jumped in my car and floored it. Blocked him straight away.
Yeah, see, that's awkward. My worst thing as well, like imagine if you get there and it's just some really, really, really old man.
Oh.
I know, but then you wouldn't really know, I guess. But that still would creep me out.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah.
No thanks, Granddad.
No. See you later. So, a man gets catfished, then stalks the woman whose photos the catfisher had stolen. This really confused me, by the way. So, the real woman.
Oh.
In 2011, a Michigan man discovered he had been catfished. He drove to San Diego allegedly to murder the woman depicted in the photos. The real one, he didn't realise the person he had been talking to was actually a man in South Africa. So he didn't do it.
Did he kill her?
No. He went to, though. So that really confused me. Like, that literally, really confused me.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That confused me so much. I was
so lucky. Dodged a bullet.
I know, but then surely, so he thought she was the real person, but he was obviously being catfished. So he went to murder the person in the pictures.
But why would you do that? I
know, but obviously I guess people do that, don't they?
But she literally has no idea you exist.
So you're about to get murdered.
For no reason.
Yeah. So you have no idea.
I feel like that's going to happen to me.
No, because no one takes our pictures. It's not a special one, though.
Well, I don't know. You never know, do you?
No, because you would know, because you'd see fake accounts of yourself, wouldn't you?
Well, no,
online and stuff.
Well, not unless you're looking for them.
Yeah, but I think you'd find out eventually, unless it's like in the other side of the world.
Or you're really oblivious, like I am.
Yeah, like us, we're just like, it's fine, everything's fine.
It's all good. It's all good. I found out that my childhood best friend had been catfishing me for 2 years. I'm straight and she has a massive crush on me, so pretended to be a guy. I was heartbroken, lost our friendship and a potential love.
Oh, that's really sad, but also like when you watch Catfish and you see all the people and it turns out to be someone really close to them, like a family member or best friend, and I'm just like,
why would you do that?
And then a lot of them are like, oh, I was just trying to make her happy. It's like, how's that going to make them happy? Because they're going to lose whatever connection they had with them and you, because they're not going to trust you ever again.
No.
And they're not going to trust anyone they meet ever again, because they're going to think, oh, but what if that's not really the person? What if that's them again? You know what I mean?
No.
Goodness
that's not
me.
Nice, is it?
Goodness me. So, I met a woman I'd been talking to on Tinder. She was lovely, she was funny, she was pretty. Turned up to the date. She was a size 20. She was really, really rude. She made me pay for everything. She kept ordering more and more drinks. And obviously I had to pay for everything. When I got home, I blocked her.
Oh, that's not good.
No. So obviously, edited her pictures. But then some girls, they do take pictures, like a bigger, very, very curvy woman will take pictures like this.
Certain angle.
And they'll look
like
really,
me to eliminate
look really great. And like give the illusion.
Yeah.
That's why I always put like full length ones as well, because I think, I could be like, I don't know.
No, you bloody couldn't.
No, I don't. But you know what I mean. And like for the size wise, because obviously we're taller as well.
Oh yeah.
Things like that. Yeah, I always put full length as well, not just face. And I think maybe make that one of your rules. If someone's like, either just got one picture, that's an online rule, I think. One picture is just a no-go, because I've had people, and you look through their pictures and you're like, oh, they're really good looking. And you look through the rest and they look awful. It gets worse as it goes on. Have you had that? So you're like, oh my God, they're really nice looking. It's just the one picture.
Yeah.
Be careful with that. And also, just face pictures, especially for girls, just face pictures. And also if a man has loads of pictures and they've all got a hat, I hate that.
All got a hat.
Catfish. Because they're bald. They're lying to you and they are in fact bald. So stay safe.
Stay safe, girls. Do a hat check.
Yeah, definitely. I've only got one more.
Me too.
Oh, wow.
We've got one each. Right, ready? Met a woman on Tinder who said she was 23.
Oh.
She was actually 40, but he was very gentlemanly, and he still bought her a drink, and they sat and had a chat. So, I mean, I know, but he was expecting someone his age and ended up with a much older lady.
Technically could be his mum, really.
Yeah.
Very young mum. But
very young mum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but he still went. He still was like, okay, I'll appreciate you. I'll get you a drink.
That's nice. But then, yeah, hopefully she learned a lesson. Probably not.
Doubt it.
No. Okay, so this is my last one, guys. Ooh. So I hope you're sitting comfortably. This got sent in to me this morning. So last minute entry.
Ooh.
Not me. My friend was chatting to a guy, a love bomber. Told her he loved her in 2 days. She was planning to meet him at his house. I said FaceTime him first. She asked and he got defensive immediately and told her no wonder her husband cheated because she's old and ugly. Obviously, she now knows to FaceTime before meeting.
What?
I know. I just don't understand men, but it's the whole like, oh, you're not doing what I want. Oh, you're ugly anyway. You know, like when someone's like, oh, you're so beautiful. You're so
you're
attractive.
like, sorry, I'm really not interested.
And then they're like, oh, you're actually not ugly. A fat slag.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, sorry, sir, you were begging me 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
What changed? So, yeah, ending on a high.
And it's the fact that all these stories start with, my friend, not me.
I know.
My friend, not me.
I genuinely know, though, it isn't her, it is her friend.
I know.
But that's funny. Yeah.
Why would you even agree to go to that house?
I know.
No. Do you want to get murdered?
I've already told you about Catfish Craig. So I don't know if it will be boring if I tell you again.
No, go on. All the new people.
It is quite funny.
Okay.
Any new subscribers, hi guys, make sure you subscribe. Yeah, so I was talking to a man and he was a little bit older than me, to be fair. Like older than I would usually go, I guess. But I thought, oh, he's really nice looking.
75.
He was really chatty. He looked really nice in his pictures. He had like long curly hair, like I don't know, just looked nice. Do you know what I mean? Look at a nice man. We were talking on the phone as well, so I knew literally what he sounded like. I knew he lived quite near to me as well. Not too near, but like near enough. And he even lived, actually, funnily enough, don't think I said this before, where I grew up, like in the same road. So he lived in the house opposite I grew up in. Obviously, I'd moved, but that was kind of weird. And I thought, oh, that's kind of cool, you know, blah, blah, blah. And yes, we hadn't met, and I was out with my work friends, so there was 4 of us, and he was like hinting for like an invite. So I was like, okay, fine, we're just out for drinks, we've already been out for dinner. They were like, invite him, it'll be funny. So I did. Man turns up, we had no idea it was him. He hadn't messaged me for a little while. A man goes to the bar, very small man, may I add, who looked nothing like the pictures, and yeah, it was him, and he looked like he was in children's clothes. He was very, very small and rude. Messages, so I turn around and then he's like hovering behind me, like, and obviously he's really small at this point, so I'm sat down and he's like nearly the same, like you could barely see him, hovering behind. This is like the longer edition of the story now. And Jem's like, who is that? Do you know what I mean? Like, who is that?
Who is that dwarf behind you?
Yeah. And then we realise it's him, it's Craig. Hi, Craig. And that is his real name, and I don't care. And basically, yeah, he was there, and we were like, oh. And then he came with us, and then he got in all our pictures all night. That was really annoying. He just like was being really strange. And then someone tried to grab one of my friends, and he's like trying to intervene with this giant man, and I'm like, please, I'm like, please, Craig, you're gonna die. Just leave it to us. Leave it to us, Craig.
Let the grown-ups
leave it to us. So yeah, so that happened, and then by the end he was like, oh, are you sure you girls don't want to come back to my place, blah blah, and we're like, no, Craig, we're getting a taxi.
I don't think we'll all fit.
No. And then he got in our taxi without warning as well. And then we dropped him home first on purpose. And he didn't even offer to pay. And then I just kept getting calls at midnight. constantly. And then the next day I was like, look, sorry, it's not going to work. You lied to me. You don't look like your pictures. I'm not interested. You were quite rude. Blah, blah, blah. I sent this paragraph and he was like, oh, and then I just blocked him.
Well, you are expecting to meet somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't have matched if you didn't find them attractive.
No, but he looked like Jon Snow in his pictures.
Right.
And then what turned up? I don't know. I'm trying to think of funny. He wasn't a dwarf, by the way. He actually genuinely wasn't. He was just very small.
Very short.
And he had like really skinny little legs, so he looked like he was in children's clothes.
Oh.
Honestly, I just was so confused.
Like, who are you? Like, oh, why do people do that?
And he was so creepy, you know, and like someone's
and
like just
they
seems
get
predatory.
They
as well.
get like angry at you for not being interested.
Oh, I know.
And you're like, but you lied and you don't look like you said you looked.
No.
What?
And also it's the rude thing as well. Like if someone's nice
like rude people
as well, but no, don't be rude to me and my friends. Because that's rude. And no, we definitely don't want to come back to your house.
No.
Oh dear.
Anyway, he'd have to phone his mum and ask if it was okay first.
Yeah, well, yeah, even at his old age, yeah.
Be careful online, yeah. Or do that
Follow
reverse image thing.
Yeah, how do we do that?
I don't know. There's a reverse image thing.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do the catfish wizardry. Get back to you guys.
So we can see who's real and who's not.
Yeah. Or just do like background check like me. That's what I do. I do an extensive background check. I follow my rules. If you've got any more rules, comment down below.
And if you really want to do an extensive background check, you can phone the police and ask that person, say, can I do Claire's Law?
Yeah, and especially if you've got children. Just be safe, really, guys.
Background check.
Yeah, background check. Be safe. And that is the end.
Don't be hatfish.
That's the end of episode
I've enjoyed
17.
this one. I enjoyed it. There's so many creepy people.
I do have a little announcement. So when you're seeing this, the next video will be the biggest giveaway I've ever done. Ever. Hannah's excited.
Giveaway dance.
And then we'll be moving on to spooky content.
I'm so excited.
If you have any spooky suggestions for October / probably into November, because we can't just leave it there. Let us know. Comment down below. Make sure you click the subscribe button because you're not going to want to miss next week and giveaways,
spooky vibes,
and everything like that. Down below is a link to our TikTok as well, where you get more content, exclusive content, and also both our Instagrams. There's a new cat in town as well, so you can go check him
Grumpy
out.
Balls. His name is Toothless, and now he is ballless.
And yeah, we'll see you very, very soon. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.